We have been tracking the tropics over the last several days, and if you remember last week, it looked like we were going to have a major storm impacting parts of the southeast. The good news is Hurricane Umberto strengthened into a Category 5 storm. It was a major storm, still a major storm this morning, but it's going to create a little bit of a weakness here. So as this weakness is created, tropical storm, future Hurricane Imelda, is going to kind of slide through that weakness. So that's going to be the escape route, keeping it away from the continental United States. Certainly a good thing there. We needed the rainfall, but we didn't need how much rain that some of the forecast models were indicating the last week. Here is the latest from the National Hurricane Center on Tropical Storm Imelda. It does have winds of 45 miles per hour, gusts up to 60. It's going to make this hard right turn and then gain some strength, possibly becoming a hurricane by the middle of the work week and then kind of staying away from the continental United States. Here is still a powerful storm. This is Category 4 Hurricane Umberto. Does have winds of 130 miles per hour, gust all the way to 160. It's going to kind of move around Bermuda and gradually weaken as it does move into the cooler waters of the North Atlantic. So the hurricane force winds, as you can tell, does stay away from the United States, but if you look closely, there's Bermuda. Bermuda could be impacted, so we'll have to look out for this forecast for those guys in Bermuda. Tropical storm force winds. Again, you'll notice, as of now, no impact towards the Carolinas or the Southeast. Maybe just a sliver there. I mean, extreme eastern part of Florida, but that is a good forecast as far as the tropics go. Over the next 7 days, once we get past these two storms, no tropical activity is expected, but it has been pretty busy over the past few days as far as the tropics go. We've had Umberto, which was a Category 5 storm. We still do have Imelda out there, and here are all the tracks for those storms so far. As we mentioned, Hurricane Umberto reached Category 5 status. Aaron reached 5 status as well, so we've had some strong storms. We're still a little bit below average as far as named storms. Typically at this point we'd expect 10 named storms. We've had 9, and we're a little bit above average as far as major hurricanes are concerned. So a little bit above average as far as those major storms are concerned. Tropical activity typically does decrease at this point. So after September 10th, you would expect the activity to decrease, but that certainly has not been the case. We could have used some of that rainfall because it is very dry across South Carolina. Almost 92% of South Carolina is at least abnormally dry. You see these kind of, we'll say, tan areas. That would indicate moderate drought. So there's some moderate drought being experienced for parts of South Carolina, including parts of Lee County, Clarendon County, and a good portion of Orangeburg County as well. Over the next 7 days, the chances for rain much higher along the coastal region. The farther you go inland, those rain chances decrease. I will say the latest run of our in-house forecast model shows maybe 1/10 of an inch of rainfall for most of the area, with the northern half of the Midlands possibly picking up a little bit more rain. With the clouds in place, though, the pollen's not going to be bad today or tomorrow, kind of in this low range. The hottest we've been so far last week, we did manage to make it to 96 degrees. I say so far for the month of September. And September 6th, we picked up almost 1/2 inch of rainfall. Yesterday at the Columbia Metropolitan Airport, did manage to make it to 83 degrees. That's a little bit above average. I say the most rain, I take that back. Friday, didn't realize it, but Columbia picked up over 1/2 inch of rain. So that's the new record for the month. And I say record, I use that term very lightly. 75 degrees is what we're expecting later today. Won't be anywhere near our records of 97 and 43. Looking for a high 75, a little bit below average. Our average low is closer to about 61. So a few stray showers out there. That's 5 o'clock. You notice most of the rain kind of in the eastern half of the Palmetto State. And then as we go into the overnight hours, there'll be a small chance for an isolated shower at best Tuesday morning. Gradually, as we go into Tuesday afternoon, especially later in the day, those clouds should start to decrease. And then as we do look ahead towards Wednesday, as of now, we'll call it partly cloudy skies. So we'll see a little bit more in the way of sunshine on Wednesday, and our temperatures will rebound close to average. Next 7 days, according to the European forecast model, pretty dry conditions. You notice the American model shows a little bit of rain on Sunday. At this point, we're going to keep things dry. But for today, scattered rain. It's going to be pretty light. High temperatures in the mid to maybe low 70s. Tonight, lows dropping down into the mid to upper 60s. Here's our 7-day forecast. Low 80s on Wednesday, mid to upper 70s Thursday, Friday, and then morning lows, though, dropping as some cooler, drier air spills in. Low temperatures in the mid to maybe low 50s Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Looks like near 80 degrees Saturday, low 80s on Sunday. Myrtle Beach forecast, chance for rain on Sunday, at least for the weekend. Chance for rain Saturday and Sunday in Charleston over the weekend. We're going to call it partly cloudy Saturday and Sunday in Greenville. Looking a little bit ahead in time, October 6th through October 12th. Warmer than normal conditions, and we do expect at least a chance for wetter than normal conditions during that same time frame across a large part of the southeast.